Hello everybody and welcome back to good old Zelda Seasons. Streamlabs is telling me to rebirth my stream for Final Fantasy VII and I don't know what to tell them. So essentially today we're going to be going into the second half of Unicorn's Cave. I think that we did it pretty much perfectly last episode, spending out a little amount of time we had left to essentially fully complete what we needed to do. For this dungeon. Like, as soon as we get the dungeon item, like, that's the best way to spend your first key. And that's kind of the thing that's crazy about this dungeon, is you could spend your keys kind of doing something else, or you can just get the dungeon item, and then make it so then you can do literally every single thing in the dungeon. And that's the thing that's awesome about this dungeon. I'm gonna have to monitor. The other thing that's awesome is you can just frick with those guys now. Don't have to worry about their dumb gimmicks. They're so electromagnetical that, like, it really doesn't even matter. We get a little bit of this action, which is always fun. And you will want to get used to that because guess what the boss is? Not fun. 100 rupees. I think that chest is there because of the fact that after this dungeon, they want you to buy the treasure map, which we did previously, and that treasure map does cost 200, so having them kind of just, oh yeah, that's right. No knockback McGee over here. I do think the Hero's Cave is where you get the ×2 ring, because if you don't remember, there was actually a little thing that helped us do stuff. And this one's actually super easy, if I remember correctly, yeah. The puzzle is that you move it an extra one up. Oh, there is no puzzle, actually. I thought that was the puzzle, but no, that's just how you do it. Right, and this is how you get over here, which is kind of an actual, you know, area to go through. It is an annoying noise, but goddamn is one of the most useful and interesting weapons. I actually really enjoy the magnetic glove personally. Like, it's just, it makes sense as a weapon, like an item. It's like, oh, magnesis, that just makes sense. So those mini-Zols, as we have shown a few times now, can be killed with just a good old shovel. And I was talking to a friend about how I was going to make a Zelda game, and that was going to be one of the gimmicks, was that you had to kill a few enemies with just the thingamajig. I don't like that. That felt like a lot of frame drops. Jinxes obviously get rid of your ability to use sword, which is something we don't like. Ow, stop. Ah, jeez. Now, P-hats have always been like one of those enemies, huh? I think this entire thing up here, you really don't need to go to it ever again as soon as you go to it once, which is kind of nice. It's nice to know that, like, this, like, rock thing is only there now just in case we want a shortcut from one end of the dungeon to the other. Making sure that we don't be dumb. But now we can actually do a lot more. I do believe there was a about this one, and the reason why is because, oh my god, we can do things now. Small key. What we're gonna do is we are now going to simply go back through the dungeon, get that little thing done. Well, if that's the case, then all we need to do is simply beat the mini boss, then we can teleport back, do the things that we need to do, and then we're fine. optimal routing in brain. That's the thing I really like about it is even if you're on a cave, I'll show it off. You still have that little bit of leeway to do something. I think you can actually. Nah, you can't bring out an instance of another item, but I do want to try out a few different things though for that. Yeah, no, you can't bring out a different item. However, you can, I believe, change your direction. And that was an idea that I had a lot, which was a sick idea, which was you were in a maze that was built of these. And essentially what you had to do was like zoom yourself up and then go to like this one and then go to that one and then like do stuff like that, or like and then the mini boss, and then the boss would be like, you know, there would be like a platform and you'd have the siege shooter, so the one that you can aim, so you'd have to teleport around, like swing around and like find different areas where you could ricochet off to hit them and stuff like that. I thought it was a super cool idea. I still think it is. No. So this dude is just kind of annoying. He's kind of annoying, not kind of strong. And especially with our amount of hearts, we really don't need to worry about him. However, if you are like me and you simply want to try to beat him in like 2 seconds, you will have a little bit of difficulty with your hearts. Now let's teleport back to the front. Let's look at the map real quick. The thing I really do appreciate about this map is the fact that, like, this dungeon is just on one floor. It is so nice to just have a dungeon for once that isn't just, like... It's, like, the one thing about this that I really enjoy is just having a dungeon that's, like... It's just short and sweet in a way, where it's, like, as soon as you get the dungeon item, the entire dungeon is yours. Have fun. That's right, it was this. These ones. Ooh, actually, got that. Got a small key, and I think that is the final small key we'll actually get in the entire dungeon. Which is great for us. Now then, is it, which way? It's this one, yeah. I like it when a lot of these dungeons, especially in Seasons, they're so straightforward to the point where you can kind of beat them in a one episode slot, which I do really enjoy. But it's cool having it now be broken up a bit more, because I do think that, you know, these dungeons now that we're getting into are definitely more of the ones where it's like, it's gonna take a little bit. And interestingly enough, it did actually save that being there, which is nice, because we are gonna need that. Which also does mean that it was not needed for us to come up here. I wonder if that is an emulator thing. That it keeps your spot, well, keeps the knowledge. Now then. I don't think you actually need the Zor flippers for this dungeon. I'm pretty sure there's enough water to where you don't need to worry about it, but it's like, yeah. Oh right, I remember this one. So this is how I got in one of my, it's no longer visible because it was on Twitch like 3 years ago. But in one of my randomizer attempts, I did not have any Ember Seeds because Ember Seeds were in the Tarm Ruins. So because of that, I was like, how am I gonna get Ember Seeds? This puzzle always gives you Ember Seeds as one of the rewards. And so how I was able to progress was I was able to get to here and then do it. So simply, the puzzle is you have to kill them. You have to open chests in the same order. So essentially, you just make sure you don't go and turn them all on. That's what the puzzle is. They also drop Ember Seeds. So we start with 1 rupee. Start with 10 bombs. Get 4 Ember Seeds, which is how I got Ember Seeds. And found a small key, because you can't get seeds unless you've already gotten them before. So that 4 Ember Seeds in that chest is how I got Ember Seeds, and I had to remember that on the fly. And ever since then, I've been like, yeah, no, the seasons randomizer is easily the best. Just because of that interaction alone, it's like so cool. Okay. Well, it seems like we've done everything we can in this area of the dungeon. Not having the Noble Sword is so annoying, or even the Master Sword, which I think we're going to get the Master Sword in this one. Ow. Because it means you can't shoot laser beams out of your sword, which is the de facto Zelda classic. But yeah, maybe actually, depending on how things go, you probably do need it. But if that area was a bit more welcoming, whoops, the wrong one. Actually no, right one. We would actually be fine. And you're knockback resistant whenever you have the magnet happening. So that's another way to make sure you don't fall off cliffs. Right, I remember this. What? Right. I forgot what that was for a second. We'll ignore that for now and we'll see how far we can progress without it. Boomerang here would actually be generally useful, I know. Epilepsy warning on those guys. These fuckers, right. Hate those things. And that's right, because you have to go this way around, so then you can get this and then bring it to here. Mainly just so then you don't lose 20,000 hearts. Legitimate reason is so you don't lose like 1,000 hearts while, jumping over that. If you did have the Rocks Cape, which, you know, if you are doing a randomizer, then you don't need to worry about that one as much, which is nice. There we go. Got our hearts back to max. That's right, this one. I think the Magnet Gloves is really where the devs got the most amount of creative potential out of this game. Just stuff like that is so fun. Could you stop? Either way. Oh. I thought there were spikes at the bottom for some reason, just because that's such a Zelda thing to do. Ow, 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 ow. Observe. I love the regeneration ring. Really wish we had that. No hearts in any of these. But like, the Magnet Glove is such a better upgrade than something like the Power Glove. Power Gauntlet. I feel like this would be the upgrade to the other thing. Now, little tooltip, you actually want this to be a little bit more to the side of you. So then when you're doing this, there's not really much chance for you just to get hit anyway. You do kind of want to get used to doing that. Because this is the final test, essentially. But like, I love the little things that Zelda does. Like, I feel like Zelda Seasons has like the cooler of these sections. Like, there's one section in Ages where if you're observant, you're able to get like 100 rupees, which is like cool. But like, there's so many moments in this game where it's like the reward is that you get to do something sick, like have like awesome parkour moments and stuff like that. So yet again, make it so then it's in front of you, so then you do get it, because the side of the projectile can actually hit you if you're not smart enough. We're gonna try yet again to get some hearts, because I'm gonna need as many as possible for when I battle this boss, because the boss basically is hit yourself 5,000 times the boss. Like, you know that joke of, what, are you hitting yourself? That's the boss. It's one of those bosses. Oh, okay. I don't like seeing them back, because it means that these will be back. There you go. It's not too... God damn memory. So bad. Sometimes you think you remember what you need to remember, but then sometimes you just don't. There's a lot of cool places though that we can go to now. So I think we're gonna try to get the leveled up shield next. Personally, at least. Because that would be really nice, to just have. Oh, whoops, we need to be on this one. Awesome. That is the best I think I've ever done. And anyone has ever done. I don't think anyone has ever beaten that boss as well as we just did. You got the nurturing warmth, an essence of nature. Balmy days build strong saplings with their nurturing warmth. That is unironically, I think, the best I've ever done. That was so quick. That was like speedrun tier. Like, one cycling that boss is so important. Nurturing warmth has brought me strength. I saw a dream of Link inside vast ruins. Perhaps an essence is hidden in some. Hehehe! Despair, Link. Your struggles are fruitless. Decay, seasons steal the fruits of the ravaged lands of Holodrum. Raise the earth. Oh ho 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 ho! Oh ho ho ho! The lands rot, and the flame of destruction burns. The flames of sorrow and destructions are lit. Now the only flame remains is the flame of despair. Our sacrifice will revive the evil king and guide him to the light of the three flames. Oh ho ho ho! Yet again, Seasons is kind of the best one for the linked adventure for the story. Because ordinarily there really wouldn't be that many things. Because, you know, it's not like you're traveling back and forth and meeting, like, you know, Ralph and Ambi and having to talk to a bunch of people. In this game, you're kind of on your own solo adventure. Kind of, yet again, hollowing back to, you know, Zelda 1, where you're kind of always on your own. Maple. And because of that, it makes this game so much more cool because of it. Because it's like, oh, now there's like an actual story going on. Okay, just a potion. Okay, cool. I still have my potion. Yeah. The one thing that is a bit weird, though, mentally to think about is, like, really what do we want to do? Because there's a few different, like, you know, you can really do things in a lot of different directions. Oh, Keeper of Essences, I have awaited your arrival. I shall give you this. We now have the we now have all of the PS4 buttons, so now we can get into the Tarm Ruins. I do want to get the better shield before then. Because, you know, it's just kind of nice to get the good shield and the good sword at around the same time. So to do that, we're just going to go back to Sabrosia and do a little stuff there. But I'm literally so impressed still that we're able to do so well with those stuff. Like, the fact that we did so well on that boss is, like, still so crazy to me. 200 rupees, that's actually, for some people, really good. Not for us, though. Oh, hello. I have a member's card. That stuff is mind-boggling. She's there to literally say, hey, go get a member's card so then you can get the treasure map. But yet again, let's see if Smaz has changed at all. No, not really. Okay. It does kind of suck that there isn't like a thing beyond that. Going back to Sabrosia. It is funny that the pirate captain is all like, you haven't even gone to some ruins yet. Because the first dungeon in ages is ruins. Well, a tomb rather, and that's what the one is in this one is as well. So this is just a little bit of like extra loot, just a nice ring, and I also think a thing of treasure. Right, I forgot I didn't have this one. And this is the blue ore, which is one of the 2 pieces needed to make the better shield. Because as you might remember from earlier on, there was this lady, and she was all like, "Oh, thank you for for blowing up all that rock. We now have enough ore chunks. So if you want to get some ore smelted, you can here." And that's essentially what we're doing, is we're getting that ore smelted now. And then, in the next episode, we'll be heading into Tarm Ruins. Had to check out the polarity of my device before I used it. Okay. I think we already got the heart container from there. Like, essentially in the first 2 seconds. But yeah, as soon as you have this, like literally almost all of Sabrosia is yours. We jumping. And now we have the red ore. In the randomizer, the red and blue ore is so annoying because oh whoops. Because of the fact that, like, you know, you get the red ore to get the blue ore, and then like half the time the item you get is like 10 rupees or something, and you're like, god damn it. Okay, so now all we need to do is simply get in here and talk to the lady. You have red ore and blue ore. Did you come to mix the 2 to create hard ore? Yes, we did. Then we'll get right on it. Are you ready for a really funny... Okay, here goes. This is also the animations that will play in the Sabrosia dance hall. Your hard ore is done. Watch out, it's hot. We got hard ore. But like, I just love that they do a little dance to make the hard ore happen. And yeah. The thing about Sabrosia that's really weird is it's a lot smaller than Ages' Otherworld, because Ages' Otherworld is like, you know, it's one of those things where you could really tell that they were really working on Seasons as to be the remake of Zelda 1, and then they were like, oh, we have more time, so now we can do a lot more different things. Due to things like this, where it's kind of like, oh yeah, like, you know, a lot of time was obviously put into this. Okay. I think it's the lower one that's the smithy. You go here twice. Welcome to the Sabrosian Smithy. We do the finest work in the land, but only take on jobs that really interest us. The 2 in the back are the masters of the trade. I'm just a manager. The master speaks. Is that so? The master misses nothing. That hard ore could make your cheap shield amazingly fine. So what will it be? Do whatever. Do whatever. Say no more. The master, he says do whatever. Cause they only interest things like if you're like, yeah, do it, then it doesn't interest them anymore. Sorry for the wait. This is why he's the master, the finest work in all the land. Take it, treat it like an heirloom. The funny thing is a Tokay that was just polishing it for 500 years has the same outcome to a shield as a master Subrosian with hard ore. Think about that for a second. Man, like, the life of Subrosian must be very sad. That is all we have time for in this episode. But I would like to go back to town and have our ring appraised. So I will just do that quickly before we leave off. But yeah, I really hope everyone really enjoyed this episode. I honestly am really happy with how good we did there, because like honestly that boss can take a bit. Like Goma previously, like I was like, oh man, this Goma boss is taking a while, and like subconsciously I was all like, oh man, the 5th dungeon is gonna be really rough. Fist ring, punch when not equipped. I love this ring. I wish there was randomizers that gave it to you like for free, because that ring is so much fun. You literally punch. That would definitely be an item I give you. So you start off without a sword, and then you have like the shovel, or like maybe even like you start with the shovel, you get the punch ring, and then you have to like punch your way through some stuff. But yeah, hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.